Hello and welcome. My name is Pernille, or Penny if that's easier for you to pronounce. And I am going to talk about in this video my project of chasing magic in my sketchbooks this year and why I have chosen to do so. But first of all, before we get into it, I'm going to apologize for my rescue budgie. She is very talkative and she lives in my studio. But this is the only place where I can shoot this film without being disturbed because we're currently snowed in, so the entire family is home. So she will be making noises in the background and join the conversation, and I can't stop her. But I have decided to focus on magic. And what do I mean by that? To me, it's the glimmers. It's the things that makes your heart sing. It's the things that sparks joy, that inspires you, that fills you with gratitude. Those little mundane moments that you might not pay too much attention to in a busy everyday life. I'm going to focus on those, and I'm going to focus on creating for the sake of it. Not because I want to sell anything or because I want to produce a huge body of work, just because I want to find the joy in creating. And why do I do that? Well, I turned 50 this year, and it feels like quite the milestone. I am post-menopausal. My kids are grown, and in a couple of years they're gonna leave home, and things are changing. And I feel I have outgrown the person that I used to be, but I haven't yet figured out who am I now and where am I going. So instead of making a lot of resolutions and setting ambitious goals about I want to achieve this and that, I'm just gonna have a soft year and care for myself. Because I think it's important when you are in a state of transition, when you're in this kind of no man's land that I am in now, I think it's important to cut yourself some slack, give yourself some grace, and care for yourself. And that's why I am going to be very mindful of the things that sparks joy. And it's the little things. And I'm going to document it in these books. So this one is my illustrated journal. And in this one, I'm going to work in this year, but the main focus won't be this project. This is just going to be everyday drawings. This is a portrait of my grandmother. I'm just gonna, take this when I go urban sketching. If I wanna make portraits, stuff like that, they will go in this one. But I bought this cheap sketchbook from the art creations from Talents because I wanted something that I didn't feel precious about and that I can chuck in a bag and take with me everywhere. Where in this one, I only work in watercolors. This is gonna be everything. Just a hodgepodge of all sorts of media and collage and stuff. And so it can be little moments like my dog sleeping next to me on New Year's Eve. It could be the full moon rising. This is a quick gouache sketch. And the full moon. It could be I heard the ravens cry in the meadow behind our stables. It could be small moments like this, and I'm going to collect them in these books, and hopefully I will have maybe more than one book filled to the brim with things that makes me happy. And my hope is that along the way I get to know myself a little better, because I've been spending the majority of my adult life caring for others. I've been a mom, and that has kept me busy, and I have worked, and I have been busy taking care of others, and along the way, I guess I forgot or lost track of who I am. So instead of chasing some goal that I think I should be chasing, I want to just press the pause button this year. And it's also going to be my antidote to a world that has gone completely bonkers. Um, in my on my social medias, and Facebook and Instagram and on Substack, I see a lot of posts about people that have projects they call something like the analog life, the analog project. And I see a lot of people having this need to slow down and to reclaim their attention span, to make things with their hands, to read more, and to get off the social media. And I think my project is related to this in a lot of ways. I want to create more. I want to read more. I want to slow down. I want to be more present in my life and not disappear into my mobile phone. Because I can feel a change from when I was younger and to now, that I find it more difficult to actually concentrate for a longer time, especially when I'm reading. And that's a part of the project. I want to reclaim my time, and I want to figure out who I am and where I want to go. There's a lot of focus in society and in school about the transition from teenagehood to adulthood, and figuring out when you're a young woman the changes that happens in you. And it's only in recent years that they've started to focus on the changes that happens to you when you go through menopause, and how difficult that can be. And I went through menopause early, so even though I'm haven't yet turned 50, I am postmenopausal. And so I also have to embrace that crone energy and sort of figure out what kind of life I want as an elderly person, because I turned 50 and that's not old, but still there's a lot of things on my mind. I want to figure out what I want to do and how I want to live my life. And I have this as a companion book to my sketchbook, my traveler's notebook here. And I just have a simple dot grid insert. And this is for my thoughts. And if some of the things that I focus on during the year in my attempt to find those magic moments, I might find myself in a rabbit hole. I might find something that I find extremely inspiring. And so I want to have a place where I can jot it down and have it in one place. And I want to have a place for my ideas and my experiences. So that's what I want to journal in this one. And I've decided that I want to divide this project into smaller bits. So each month I'm going to focus on a topic and look at it through a lens of magic, of glimmers, of trying to find out where I find joy when it comes to that subject. So my word for January, the word I've chosen to work with, is calm. I find November and December quite busy and quite challenging. And so when I come to January, I'm tired. And so I have decided that instead of beating myself up about it, I'm just going to embrace the calmness and the slow living. And that's my focus for this month. And my plan is that I'm going to vlog about it. Hopefully, I can feel already that this does actually get my creative juices flowing, that it does inspire me to create more. that I really want to document the things that I find sparks joy and happiness and makes my heart sing. I really want to document those. And when I come to the end of the month, each month I'm going to share here on my channel what I've been up to, what I've made. Not just my drawings and my paintings, but everything that I have created during the month. Because I don't limit myself to only painting and drawing. I also make pottery, and I sew. Sometimes I sew. So if I make other crafts, I want to share those too. And maybe I'm hoping that maybe this can inspire others to chase that magic in a world that has gone completely bonkers. And that's going to be my antidote. That's going to keep me sane in this weird time that we live in. So I hope that you find this inspiring, and I hope that I will see you in the next videos. My plan is to make one each week. And I would love for you to leave a comment, share your thoughts on this, and maybe giving a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.